Hi guys, Simon Trezellian, Voice of Reason. Well, this Thompson murder in New York seems to be getting curiouser and curiouser. Obviously, there's a lot of information out at the moment about the investigations that were going on into United Healthcare in regards to the merger and some lawsuits and potential parliamentary hearings. So that's interesting in itself. My expertise, as you know, is counterintelligence and military special forces. So all I can say is that from what we've got so far, there's some interesting terms of intelligence and evidence that's coming out. So apparently the casings had words on them: deny, defend, and depose. All of which could be linked to some form of hearing, the fact that they would be denying people insurance, perhaps, defending their shareholders and defending their policies. But also depose has two meanings. Obviously, you can depose someone by taking them down, or a depose is to depose someone in a court of law. So, but what I found interesting is that you'd mark the casings. Now, if you really wanted to get away with it on the forensic side, you'd use a revolver, because then there's no casings to be found. So the fact that these were going to be found was part of the plan, and there's obviously a live round, and that links into the video footage of him tapping and slapping the gun. Obviously, he had either a misfire or he had a stoppage. That means that this person isn't professional at all. They're either using faulty ammunition or possibly even homemade ammunition, which sometimes does misfire and creates a stoppage in the weapon. But also it means that the weapon wasn't maintained, and it certainly wasn't anything like a Glock or something like that. It may have been probably a much cheaper model of automatic. But the fact he had a silencer on as well, I don't know. It's an interesting one to see when the ballistics come. Now, I took a look at the stance that he had when he was firing. This is a guy who's just been to a shooting range. He's not a professional assassin at all. He's using what is called a partial weaver stance, where you have your legs just slightly apart, knees slightly bent, with both hands gripping the pistol. That's normally sort of taught in ranges and things like that. If you'd been a professional operator, he'd have had a slightly different stance, and you'd been leaning more into it. You can see he's actually leaning back as well, which probably explains why he had the shots off target. So this guy is not a professional assassin. He's a journeyman. He's probably someone that is revengeful. They've clearly got good pictures of him now without the mask, so I think it's only a matter of time before he's caught. I did hear tell that the police have really got a very good lead on a hotel where he may have been staying. So if that's the case, he's done and dusted. They'll find him, and at that stage we'll probably get more information about what actually happened. But certainly I think there's going to be a lot more to come out. People get killed in New York and Chicago every day, and yet this has made massive headlines. I mean, okay, so the guy's a CEO, but this has made massive headlines, and there's probably a reason for that. Nothing ever goes in this world into the media without there being some form of agenda behind it. So you can guarantee there's a lot more to be said here. But my condolences to his family. I know there's been a lot of hate out there in regards to healthcare. Healthcare is one of these unfortunate industries, just like any type of insurance, where you have to have it, and then the insurance company goes out of their way to make sure that you can't get the benefits, even though they're quite happy to accept the money. So I think there is a lot of ill feeling towards some of these very, very big companies. You go to any city in the world and you look at the biggest towers, and they've all got insurance company names on them. And I think that that does have a bearing on things. It certainly has a bearing on the level of sympathy and empathy going out there. So, but at the end of the day, you know, I mean, I feel sorry for his family. Their life has just changed dramatically because of the actions of some individual, and we don't know what motivated those actions. So I think it's always best not to speculate until we've got more information. But that's my take on it. It's Simon Trezellian, the voice of reason. Out to you.